Hello, Kimi lovers! I am the Dr. Bere and I am so happy to welcome you once again to your space Quimiqueando con la Doctora Bere. Today, we're gonna topic that will definitely make you hungry because we're gonna talk about one of the most famous and delicious snacks ever, French fries. Golden, crispy, salty, and with a flavor that hooks up from the very first bite. In this video, we'll uncover the science behind the trend, the role of umami, the magic of fats, and even the famous crunch we all love. I promise by the end of this video, you'll understand why our brain is so easily triggered by a bag of fries. So put on your safety goggles and join me on this fascinating scientific journey.
When we eat a French fry, it's not just the taste that hooks us. It's a full-on multisensory experience. We start with sight. That golden color isn't accidental. It's the result of the Maillard reaction, a chemical process between sugars and proteins at high temperatures, producing hundreds of compounds that our brain associates with tastiness and nutrition. Smell. During frying, volatile molecules like aldehydes, pyrazines, ketones are released. They're responsible for that tasty, slightly sweet aroma and makes us hungry. Smell reaches the brain before taste does, priming us to enjoy the food. Hearing. The crunch of fry activates what scientists call auditory flavor. That sound reinforces freshness and quality. In fact, if a fry doesn't crunch when we bite it, we perceive it as stale, even if it tastes the same. Taste and touch. Once in the mouth, we sense the crisp of salt. The soft inside plus the mix of salt, fat, and umami. This combination isn't random. Evolution designed our sense to seek out energy-rich, flavored foods, and French fries check out all those boxes. Salt doesn't just add flavor. It's a real chemical enhancer. Once the salt is soluble, sodium passes through specific channels in our taste bud called ENG, sending an instant electrical signal to the brain. But the effect goes beyond that. Salt reduces bitterness and hides both sweet and umami flavor. That's why even a small sprinkle makes a fry much more appealing. On top of that, salt consumption triggers dopamine release, the neurotransmitter of pleasure and motivation, reinforcing the urge to keep eating. Now, let's talk about fat. When fries are fried, they absorb oil, which not only adds flavor, but also creates that creamy inside and crispy outside. Fat plays a key role in how we enjoy them. It coats the tongue and boosts the release of aromatic molecules, making the flavor last longer. Plus, our gut has special receptors like CD36 and GPR120 that detect fatty acids and send signals to the brain, enhancing satisfaction. From an evolutionary standpoint, our bodies learned to prefer fatty foods because they concentrate energy sources. So when fat combines with salt, the brain interprets it as the perfect reward, instant pleasure, and quick energy. That combo is almost impossible to resist. Beyond the salt and fat, French fries surprise us with a very special element, umami, the so-called fifth basic taste. The word umami literally means savory in Japanese. It's not sweet, salty, sour, or bitter. It's a deep, lingering taste that enhances everything we eat. Umami is activated by glutamate, an amino acid naturally present in potatoes and concentrated even more by frying. But that's not all. The frying process also generates nucleotides like inositide, which pair of glutamate to boost the effect, creating an even more intense, satisfying taste. A unique trait of umami is that it prolongs a flavor in the mouth. It creates partial satiety, but at the same time makes us want to keep eating because the taste lingers pleasantly. It's not a coincidence that other umami-rich foods like Parmesan cheese, roasted tomatoes, mushroom, or soy sauce are also highly appealing. Neuroscience studies show that umami activates brain regions tied to reward and pleasure, similar to fat and salt, but in a subtler, no longer lessen weight, making every bite memorable and desirable. The crunch of a French fry isn't just a detail, it's a key factor in how we perceive quality and enjoyment. Our brain doesn't just process flavors and aromas, it also interprets the auditory signals coming from fruit. Neurogastronomy studies show that a loud, crisp bite, famous crunch, is linked to freshness and ideal texture. In fact, when that sound is artificially reduced, even if the fry tastes the same, people find it less enjoyable. The crunch also activates brain regions tied to pleasure and reward, much like salt, fat, and umami, but through eating. That's why combining great taste with signature sound enhances the full sensory experience, making fries not just delicious, but fun and satisfying to eat. When you put all the elements of fries together, flavor, fat, umami, and crunch, you get a powerful effect on the brain. These signals activate the reward system, especially areas like the nuclear accumbens and the prefrontal cortex, linked to pleasure, motivation, and decision making. Repeat exposure strengthens neural circuits tied to pleasure, which explains why eating fries can create automatic habits. Our brain remembers the reward and pushes us to repeat the behavior. Studies also show that a highly palatable foods like fries can activate the dopamine system in ways similar to small addictive rewards, creating an instant sense of gratification. This doesn't mean clinical addiction, but it does explain what it's easy to overeat without realizing it. In short, every bite triggers pleasure, reinforces the urge to keep going, and builds an accumulating effect that makes us come back for more. That's why a bag of fries can vanish in minutes. It's not just craving, it's biology and neurochemistry at work, eating against or in our favor, depending on how mindful we are about eating them.
So you know, fries are irresistible by accident. The mix of flavor, texture, and sound triggers a whole cocktail of sensation in our brain. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't eat them. It means that the best way is to enjoy in moderation and with awareness. Tell me in the comments, are you one of those people who can't stop until the bag is empty? If you like this video, don't forget giving it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe and follow us in all social media. See you next time in Quimiqueando con la doctora Bere. Bye bye, Kimi lovers!